Good evening, good afternoon, good midnight, good morning, good everything to everyone. So here we are again, Macrobiotic Forum, and I'm very happy to have special guests tonight. Of course, we have Lenny Jacobs, who you'll be seeing more of as the months go by. And we have our special speaker tonight, Tomoko Amano, and maybe it's
Hello,
Moko Amano or Tomoko Amano. And
Tomoko Amano.
there, thank you, Tomoko Amano. She is from and in Japan, where it's midnight at the time. So special kudos, hats off to you, Tomoko. Thank you so much for joining us. And we're going to speak about and watch and practice learning about the umeboshi plum or apricot today or
Sure.
tonight, or by the time Tomoko gets started, it'll be tomorrow. So Tomoko, I'll ask you to, if you'd like to say more about yourself and we can begin.
Okay. My name is Tomo. Oh, thank you. Before that, thank you for this opportunity, and thank you for inviting this forum. My name is Tomoko Amano, and I'm in Japan now. I live in Japan, and it's midnight here. And as I mentioned a few minutes ago, I've been teaching macrobiotics for 20 years. And I think I met Ginat 4 years ago at in California at the camp.
Yes, yes, could
Yeah,
be.
I hope you remember me. I joined the camp as a teacher and I did some cooking class with miso and shiokoji and one more class I forgot what was it about. But anyway, um, and our mutual friend introduced, uh, invited me to this forum. Then I'm here tonight. Okay. So since it's a midnight, this class is not going to be very long because I have to go to bed pretty soon. But I'll talk about.
Did I mute her? 1 second. Did I mute her? Oh man. Hold on, hold on. Tomoko, maybe, yes, I did. Oh, Tomoko, I'm sorry I muted you. Can you unmute yourself? I don't think I can undo you. I'm so sorry. There. How do you say excuse me? Oye suminasai.
ごめんなさい。
Sumimasen, that means good night, what I said. Anyway.
すみません。すみません、Nissan, correct. ごめんなさい as well. So, can I repeat? Should I repeat
Yes,
something
please.
or can I
Just the last sentence, just the end.
just the end? What?
Oh, it doesn't
So
matter.
where
It's okay.
are we?
Yeah, it's okay.
You had been introduced by a mutual friend, and here you
All
are.
right.
Yes, yeah. So yeah, that's it. So can I start?
Yes, please. Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to share some document now. Okay.
There you go.
Okay, so can you see the picture? Okay. So this is the picture of umeboshi that I made this year. And as I think many of you know about this, but ume is the name of this fruit. So we always say ume plum, but actually it's not a plum. It's a kind of apricot. But it's okay that you call it ume plum because it's a popular name among us. And boshi is dried in Japanese. So actually, umeboshi is dried ume plum or dried ume apricot. So this is a picture of fresh ume plum or apricot. Ume plums are in season in June, and yellow and fully ripened ones are best for making umeboshi. And we make various foods with ume, such as ume liquor, ume shoyu, ume miso, ume jam, ume extract, and so on. But unfortunately, however, young people do not make these kind of foods anymore. The number of people eating umeboshi is also decreasing. And also, unfortunately, the quality of umeboshi sold in supermarkets in Japan is very poor. So in order to buy high quality umeboshi in Japan, you have to go to organic food stores. And this is the simple explanation of how to make umeboshi. So you need to choose very good ones, yellow and fully ripened ume plums, and mix them with sea salt. And the quantity of sea salt is about 12 to 80% of the weight of ume plums. And after mixing ume fruit and sea salt, you need to wait for about 10 days to 2 weeks until the liquid extracted from ume plums covers the surface of ume fruits. And if ume fruits are exposed to the air for too long time, the mold comes out. So you need to be careful. So it's better to put some weight on ume in order to prevent that that surface of ume being exposed to the air. And after you get enough liquid from ume, you can mix it. You can add salted shiso leaves. And some people don't use shiso leaves, and some people like to use shiso leaves. For myself, I don't use shiso leaves. I just use ume, sea salt, and that's all.
So is
And
this something that I could make at home? I could take some apricots and add salt and
yes,
voila.
it's very easy.
Huh.
I don't know if someone grows ume plums in your country, but in the States, I'll talk about it later, but in the States, some people grow ume trees. So if you can buy some good ume from them, you can make it very easily at home.
So the apricot that I find in the regular store here, that's not ume.
The regular apricot is not ume. Ume is a kind of apricot, but it's not that apricot. It's not the regular apricot.
Mm.
And the reason why some people use shiso is it can add the very beautiful red color to umeboshi. So this is the liquid you can get when you make umeboshi. I think some of you might have seen this product if you live in the United States. It's called ume plum vinegar, but actually it has nothing to do with vinegar, regular vinegar, because it doesn't have any vinegar ingredient in it. So this is just a liquid extracted from ume plant. And this red color comes from shiso leaves I just talked about. So this ume vinegar or ume liquid is very tasty and convenient seasoning. You can use it to make a dressing or some marinade or well sauce or things things like that.
Do you know why we call it vinegar if it's not vinegar?
I don't know, maybe they just couldn't think of proper names. Okay, so after you add shiso leaves, you can dry them. So traditionally, we dry umeboshi for 3 days and 3 nights. We have rainy season in June and up to middle of July. Excuse me. Rainy season continues up to mid-July, and after that, the sunny season, hot summer comes. Then, so after the rain season is over, we can start drying umeboshi. So traditionally, we leave umeboshi like this outside house 3 days, 3 nights. Then it's finished. And as many of you might know, umeboshi has many health benefits. Like it enhances immune system and fights fatigue and muscle pain, and it increases metabolism and activates stomach acid, absorb minerals, increases good bacteria in your intestines, and it works as natural antibiotics. So umeboshi is considered to be miracle foods or medicinal foods, super medicinal foods. And the benefit of umeboshi can be considered from both micro and macro viewpoint. If you look at the micro view aspect, we can discuss like citric acid, various enzymes, and plant polyphenol, and physiologically active substance, and etc. And if you look at a macro view or macrobiotic view, it's a great combination of yin and yang balance because raw ume fruit or ume plum, the energy is strong in, and we put a lot of sea salt and we keep it for longer time. So both sea salt and long time are strong yang energy. So it's a combination of yin and yang. So it can balance your yin and yang balance both in your body and in your mind. So these are some examples of good quality umeboshi product or ume product available in the States. So if you live in the States, I think you've seen some of these. The brands name are like Ryujin, Osawa, or Eden. So if you go to the stores like Whole Foods, I think it's not difficult to find these products. And this is the ume orchard I talked about a few minutes ago. It's called Mume Farm, and the location is in Oran. So the lady in the picture, right bottom picture, the old lady, her name is Kazuko Yagi. So she is the wife of Junsei Yagi, one of the students of George Osawa. And Junsei and Kazuko raised this, took care of this ume orchard for nearly 70 years. And Junsei passed away like 20 years ago. And Kazuko is now over 90 years old. And they have grown 440 ume trees in Orland. And Kazuko is already retired. And Japanese couple, actually, the husband is Japanese American and wife is a Japanese from Japan. And they took over this ume farm. They are now standing, in this picture, they are standing behind Kazuko. And this lovely couple took over this orchard and they are now taking care of the orchard and they keep making umeboshi and other ume products. And I visited this orchard 5 years ago, 4 5 years ago, and we had a very good time there. Okay. So I think this is the end of my short lecture about umeboshi. So before moving on to the cooking, do you have any question up to this point?
How did you learn to make umeboshi?
From my mother. So I learned how to make umeboshi from my mother, and my mother learned from her mother.
We thought that shiso added minerals and like iron and calcium, and that was one of the reasons, besides for the red color, that shiso was used in making umeboshi. Is that not the case?
Yeah, I think I think you're right. So in addition to the red color, shiso leaves has many good ingredients.
And what about umeboshi paste? How would you describe that as it relates to umeboshi plum?
Umeboshi paste is just, actually, I'm going to use umeboshi paste tonight. This is umeboshi paste, and it's very easy to make. You can just take out the seed from umeboshi and chop it with a knife. And that's it.
We understood that umeboshi paste that's sold commercially was left over from the bottom of the barrel, and it was the ones that were squashed and not as attractive, and that's why they sold that as paste. Is that not the case? The commercial version of umeboshi paste?
Well, I think there are some umeboshi paste made like that, but in my case, I use it from the good. I make it from the good umeboshi because if you make it into paste, you can use it as a seasoning. But I think some commercial people just utilize the crushed umeboshi from the bottom of the barrel. Yeah, I'm sure some of the companies make ume paste like that.
And
Also, in the US, people are concerned about the use of sea salt because of the prevalence of microplastic in most of the sea salt that's available in the world. and are using a more of like Himalayan salt or pink salt. Is there any concern in Japan about the use of sea salt and the potential adding of plastic?
Mm, Not many people are worried about it yet, but there.
But then, of course, Japan, they burn plastic still, right?
Yeah, like many other countries.
How about the benefits of the pit?
The pit?
Yeah, I crush the shell around the umeboshi plum, and then I eat the pit. Any
Mhm.
any benefits you know of about the pit that I forgot?
Yeah, the pit of umeboshi is very yang. So if your body or mind need very strong yang energy, maybe the umeboshi pit works. But if you eat it too much, maybe it's not so good,
No,
I'm
maybe.
afraid.
Yeah. Yeah. Instead of using apricots or plums, I tried grapes, green grapes. They seem to work out okay.
Green grapes?
Green grapes, yeah, wild green grapes.
Oh, well,
Because there's not many people making other uh, umeboshi type ingredients in the United States because they couldn't find out. Well,
yeah.
here they are. I got them pickled right here.
So it's pickled raisins.
Yeah, they look like pickled
So,
raisins.
oh,
No, pickled green grapes.
pickled green raisins.
Do you
Well,
see them? No.
yeah, I can see that. Yeah, it's a totally different product from umeboshi, but
Yeah.
if you the taste is good, yeah. But
You know what?
I can't imagine how it tastes.
I have umeboshi that I got from Tampopo in the Netherlands, and it smells like cherries.
Really,
They're delicious and they're pretty, but they smell like cherries.
really. Oh,
So now I wonder if they're really cherries.
I don't know. So did you get it in Deshima? Did you say? No?
Well, yeah, Deshima is not there anymore. It's Tampopo. It's
Oh,
from, but the same people.
uh-huh. I see.
And I think they get it from Japan. I don't know where.
Well, if it's from Japan and if it's named umeboshi, I think it's made from ume, not cherry.
Okay. Okay.
I
I'm sorry
guess.
I'm late. I missed the beginning of your presentation.
Oh, no, it's okay. Thank you.
Sometimes in other countries, I find they put honey in it and sometimes sugar. So maybe that would give it a different kind of sweet smell.
Yeah. And actually, most of umeboshi available in Japan is seasoned with sugar, honey, and in worst cases, like artificial amino acid and those food additives. And that's why I said that most of the umeboshi you can find in supermarket in Japan are very low quality ones.
Well, let's
It's
go on
easy.
to the cooking, if you'd
Okay.
like, Tomoko.
So today I'm going to introduce a quick vegetable dish with ume paste. So let me move.
Tomoko, would you like to stop your screen share? And we'll have a full screen.
Okay. I'm trying to finish. Hold on a second.
Should be at the very bottom. There's a red button.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
there you go.
Okay.
Hi, I'm just wondering about the umeboshi paste, please. Hello, everyone. Hello, Ginat. I'm so sorry to disturb. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Mhm.
we'd love to
I'm
see
just,
you as well.
oh, so nice. Okay. I'm just how do I do this? I'm not very good at it.
At the very
I,
bottom, it says the second button says video. Anyway, go ahead.
yeah, here we are. I'm just wondering regarding the umeboshi paste. Is it okay for somebody who's not of the Japanese culture, so it's a Western person, is it okay for them to have it every day? And what is the real way of making it? Because I got a very good umeboshi paste, a kuzi drink. I'm talking about the kuzi drink. And is it good for inflammation of the stomach and why?
So are you talking about
Kuzu
u-
with umeboshi paste.
umeshokuzu?
Sorry?
Yeah, I think so. I think we just talked about ume paste like
Yes,
minutes
umi
ago.
paste in a kuzu.
Yeah,
If you take a
yeah,
kuzu powder, and let's say a teaspoon of kuzu
yes,
powder,
yeah,
and you
I know.
cook it with some
Mhm.
water, and you add, let's say, a quarter teaspoon of umeboshi paste
Yeah,
in it once it's changed
yes,
color. Is that
yeah.
okay to do daily? Is it okay? Is it
Well, it's
safe to do that daily? And why is it helpful for inflammation in the stomach?
Tomoko, I will let you off the hook here if you don't want to answer medical questions or diagnostic or anything. It's not necessary. If you
Oh, sorry,
want to,
Kina.
it's fine. That's
yeah.
okay.
So
I'm
one
just
thing
offering
I'd like
Tomoko
to
the
say,
option.
one thing I'd like to say is the best way to make ume paste is to use the whole umeboshi and
Yes.
take out the seed and chop it. And that's the best way to make ume paste. And don't
Right.
eat too much because it's salty.
Yes.
So yeah. So okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. So
Sorry to disturb.
no, it's okay. So did you get the recipe I sent to Ginat before?
I did, and I sent it out. Everyone who received
Yes.
Sure.
my newsletter should have it.
Right. So this is a quick dish. So you need to cut the vegetables finely. Can you see that?
This is cabbage.
Cabbage. This is cabbage. And this is daikon radish. So tonight I'm going to use these two vegetables, or you can also use turnips and carrots and Chinese cabbages. So soft and easy to cook vegetables are suitable for this dish. So maybe pumpkin and burdocks, those vegetables are not suitable for this dish. Okay. So this ume paste, as I mentioned, I made it from my own whole ume plant. Then I'm going to add some water in here just to dilute this ume paste. Can you see that? So this is just umeboshi and water, and it's going to be a very nice seasoning. So I'm not going to use any other seasonings, just umeboshi and water. And this cooking method is called mushini. And in order to make mushini, it's best if you have the heavy pan with heavy lid. Then I put some water here, just a little bit of water, just to cover the bottom of the pan. Can you see that? Then Then I put daikon, finely chopped. Daikon. And cabbage. And ume paste and water. So now I'm using 1 cup, almost 1 cup of chopped cabbage and 1 cup of daikon radish and ume paste from 1 big umeboshi. Then I covered. Then cook with a low flame for 3 to 5 minutes.
And you have a low flame there? Is it a small flame?
Yeah. Small flame.
Okay. Mhm.
Doesn't have to be very small flame at first. And after it comes to boiling, you need to reduce the flame as lower as possible because the amount of the water is very little. You don't want to burn it. And one other dish I like to introduce, not now, but just I'll show you the picture later. But in summer, when the fresh corn is available, actually the best umeboshi dish I can think of is corn and rice, brown rice with corn and umeboshi. So in the pot or pressure cooker, you put soaked rice, brown rice with water and whole corn on corn cob, then umeboshi, then cook as usual. Then after the rice is cooked, you can how can I say in English? You can take out the grains from the cob, then mix it with rice and umeboshi. I show you the picture. I will show you the picture after I finish cooking.
By the way, I'll just interrupt to say that a few people have said they've not received the recipe in the newsletter. So check the very last newsletter, today's newsletter. It's the title of the newsletter, It's Today. And if you don't see it there, I'll be sending it out again next week when I send the recording of this. And one last thing to say, anybody who has questions, please don't hesitate, just raise your hand. And or you can use this hand up little button at the bottom there where it's mine, it says more, and you can raise your hand there and then we'll call on you. Thank you, Tomoko.
Mhm. Yeah. So while we are waiting, I'll show you the picture of the corn with the umeboshi and rice. Yeah, this is the dish I was talking about. Whole corn and umeboshi and brown rice. It's a very good summer dish. So when I make this dish, I don't use pressure cooker because I don't want to make my rice too young. So I just boil brown rice with corn and umeboshi.
I see. So it's all boiled together in one pot.
Yeah. Yes.
And then when you're ready to eat it, you take a little bit from each element.
Yeah. So yes, you mix everything together with rice and serve it.
Beautiful. Ganat,
Yes.
yes. Are you calling the newsletter the announcement of the Rice House with the link? Is that the newsletter? No.
It's today's newsletter and it says it's today, but don't worry, I'll send it out again. I'll send the recipe again.
Okay, but it's the newsletter that I want to make sure I'm getting.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, okay. I don't think I'm getting it. Thank you.
Yoke,
Any other
did you
questions?
want to ask a question? Oh, I need to unmute you. Let me just 1 second. And how do I do that? Here you are. No, I have to ask you to unmute. Can you unmute yourself, Yoke?
Yeah.
There
Can
you
you
go.
hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. I was just wondering how you spell the name of this particular way of cooking, because it looks very much like nishime, but
It's mushini. I write it down in chat.
Okay.
I can't find the chat button.
It's always different. The pronunciation is always different than you think.
Mushini.
Nishimi. Yeah.
It's not mushimi. It's mushini. So mushi means steam, and ni is cooking, like ni of nishime. So it's between steaming and making nishime.
Okay.
So I think it's ready.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And can you see it?
Yes.
So vegetables are cooked, but they are still crunchy. Then I'm mixing it gently, and it's ready. Ready to eat. Then if you taste and if you think you need more salty taste or sour taste, you can always add anything like sea salt or shoyu or anything. But I think the best seasoning to be added is ume vinegar if you have it. Okay.
So simple and so nice.
Yeah. And the taste is very fresh. And as I said, it's short cooking and it has sour taste. So it's really good for spring. So in Japan, in Japanese calendar, I think today is the beginning of spring. So I think it's midnight here, so I shouldn't eat this right now, but this is really appealing. This dish is really appealing to me now.
We have a question.
Yes.
No, it has an answer already.
Mhm.
The question was, to serve the rice dish, do you
Mhm.
mix the cooked foods together? Do you cut up the umeboshi and the corn, take it off the cob and mix everything together?
Yeah,
And
just before serving.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just
Good.
before serving, I think you should take off all the grains of corns and take out the seeds from ume, then mix everything and serve.
Would you sometimes use carrots in this dish?
Yeah, in this dish,
In the daikon, yeah, daikon cabbage.
yeah, carrot is okay.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
if you use purple cabbage, the color would be very beautiful. So my favorite combination is purple cabbage or red cabbage and daikon. And the color of purple cabbage or red cabbage is enhanced because of the acid of umeboshi. So the color becomes very bright, the color of red cabbage.
Someone is writing that she's on a salt-free diet, no salt diet.
Mhm.
I don't know the reasons. So she's asking, what about using umeboshi?
So if you are on non-salt diet, is it okay to use umeboshi? Is your question? Is that person's
I
question?
think so. And again, you don't need to answer that, because I haven't asked you to give dietary advice.
Well, maybe. I don't know.
Another question.
Mhm.
Is it important to place the daikon first?
Yeah, because daikon needs more time to cook, so it's better to place daikon in the bottom, and cabbage on the top, because cabbage is softer and requires shorter cooking time. But the other way around is okay. It doesn't have to be always like that.
Great answer.
Mhm.
Can you move your camera a little bit so we see you again? And then we have a question, Bob, if you want to unmute and ask. Bob? You need to unmute, as far as I can tell, Bob. Ask to unmute. Lower hand, ask to unmute. There you go. No? Yes, no? Well, Bob, you know how to unmute the lower left corner? While Bob is learning Zoom, anybody else? Tomoko, I wanted to ask you, talked about that you learned it from your mother, she learned it from her mother. Is that usual or unusual to have each generation in the past making homemade umeboshi?
I think it used to be usual until 30, 40 years ago.
Hmm.
Mm.
And today it would be unusual to find someone making umeboshi.
I'm not saying unusual, but I don't know. I don't know the statistics, but
Right.
then maybe less than 10% people make umeboshi at home now, or less than that.
And if you say the word umeboshi to just a normal person, whatever that is, everyone knows what it is. They all
Yes,
heard
yes,
of
of course.
umeboshi. Mm.
Yeah, of course. Many people still eat umeboshi, but they just buy them as in stores, not real ones. The sweetened umeboshi and those not real umeboshi.
Bob, go ahead, please.
Yeah, it's a response to the question about no salt diet using ume. Ume concentrate has no salt in it. So you may not be able to use the plums or the paste, but the ume concentrate, the syrup that's made from cooking down the plums, doesn't have any salt in it. So you can access ume energy in that fashion.
So Bob, how is that made? How it's not a pickled apricot or fruit?
As I understand it, it's the flesh that's just cooked down to a dark, kind of almost black, syrupy kind of consistency.
Yeah, you need to grate the
Raw.
raw and unripened. It's still green. So in order to make umeboshi, you need to choose the yellow ones, the ripe ones. But in order to make ume
Concentrate.
You need to use green ones. Then grate them, then cook them until it cooks down like very very concentrated until
Very thick, yes.
And it takes very long time, 5-6 hours. You need to cook it.
And it also has medicinal qualities. It's the
Yeah.
raw fruit that's grated and cooked.
Yes.
So it's not pickled.
It's not pickled. It's just grated and cooked.
I have a question. I can't see. I can see
How did you sneak in there? Go ahead.
I see the vegetables. Did you grate them? I don't know how to chop daikon on that finely. Can you put it on the grater, like how you grate carrots?
No, I just used my knife.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any more? Can you demonstrate your cutting technique? Do you have any
Yeah.
more vegetable?
Yeah.
Good.
If you're not asleep.
Okay, so first you need to cut daikon like this, very thin. Can you see that? Can you see them? Then I don't know if you can see me cutting. Like this. Can you see?
Yes, I can see now. That makes sense.
Yeah. So you need to cut slice daikon very thin, then chop it like this. Okay.
And I think your knife is very sharp.
Yeah.
Very good.
It's a knife. Any other question? Another Tomoko-san? I think you need to unmute.
Hello? Did you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello, my name is Tomoko, another Tomoko, living in Stockholm in Sweden. I have been
I
macrobiotic
think
for 30 minutes.
you emailed me long time ago. I think we exchanged emails.
Ah, was it? Yeah, perhaps. Yeah. I just want to reply one question that all friends of mine who are living in Japan and macrobiotic make umeboshi by themselves at home. So, yes, so usually macrobiotic people in Japan make umeboshi still now by themselves. Yeah, I just want to mention about that.
Yeah.
But I can't make umeboshi myself because I live in Stockholm in Sweden, unfortunately. Yes. So
Yeah,
And
very
right.
nice to see you, Tomoko-san.
Nice to see
so
you
do
too.
the macrobiotic Japanese friends, they make umeboshi and umeboshi products, and they make, or my question, do they make natto and tofu and
Yes.
everything?
Yes. I make natto and tofu and miso myself at home.
Miso.
And kombucha. Thank
So
you.
I said, I said less than 10% of Japanese people make umeboshi at home, and in that 10%, maybe 9% of that 10% should be macrobiotic people.
Very nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
If you were to say macrobiotics to a regular person on the street, did they hear the word? Do they know what it is?
In Japan? I don't know. Young people might heard of that name, macrobiotics. And more women know about macrobiotics compared with men. And if you ask regular men on the street in Japan, maybe 95% of them do not know the word macrobiotics.
Well,
there are macrobiotic restaurants in Tokyo, right? Aren't there
Yeah, there
several
are some.
macrobiotic restaurants, Macro B?
There are some restaurants, macrobiotic restaurants in Tokyo and in other cities.
Do you use
Did
the
you-
same?
The
Do you
question,
use
what is macrobiotics called in
my
Japanese?
question? That's my question.
Sorry?
how do you
What is
say macrobiotic in Japanese?
Macrobiotic.
I think it's a universal term.
Yeah.
In Hebrew, we say macrobiotica.
Macrobiotica.
Okay. Well, we can just hang out. We've got, oh, Clara, did you want to say?
When
Go
I
ahead.
first came, one of my trips to Japan, they had a television crew that was interviewing people asking why they came to Japan. And when I told them macrobiotics, they had no clue. They didn't know anything about it.
Mhm.
So Clara is an Israeli friend who is in Japan right now visiting and goes frequently. She's there today for the snow festival. Clara, you're
Snow
feeling
I
better?
wrote,
You were
I
Snow
feel better. I
festival
should go
in,
to sleep.
in
But
Sapporo?
Sapporo, yes.
Oh,
I wrote you. I'd love to learn with you. If I
oh,
can.
you wrote to me?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I think I missed your email. I'm sorry.
Okay. I'm in Kyoto.
Now?
Yes.
Right now? Oh,
Yes.
I see.
okay. Well, we've just got 2 or 3 more minutes. Let's just relax and chat and go get a drink, whatever you need. And Carl hopefully will be with us at the top of the hour.
Okay.
So
I'm here now.
you're here now. You're here now. Perfect. So Tomoko, it remains only for me to thank you. I appreciate your knowledge, your grace, your wisdom, and your staying awake.
Thank you too.
Arigato gozaimasu.
Yes,
Yeah,
thank you.
Arigato.
Arigato.
And how do you say
I
thank
just,
you? Oh, that's
Thank you
arigato.
so
I
much.
just wanted to show you the pictures of Kamakura. Okay, can you see this picture? Yeah, I just wanted to introduce my town Kamakura to you. Kamakura is just 1 hour from Tokyo by train, and it's a very old city. Actually, it was the capital of Japan 800 years ago. And this big Buddha is the second biggest Buddha in Japan. And this temple is located 15 minutes away from my house on foot. This is another temple, and people write their wishes in this paper container and put candle in here, and monks chants all the night around these candles. It's very beautiful. It's also in Kamakura. And in addition to the temples, we have very old shrines, Shinto shrines. And the beach is nearby, and we can see Mount Fuji clearly from here when weather is fine. So when you
that's so exciting.
Yeah. So when you visit, when you have chance to visit Japan, please stop by Kamakura. It's a really nice place. Okay.
Tomoko, do you have a religion? Are you any kind of religion?
I grew up in Christian school. So I don't know if I should say I'm a Christian, but I'm familiar with Christianity rather than Buddhism.
Right. All right then.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Arigato.
Arigato.
Great. Very good. So.
Okay. So now I'm going to bed.
ありがとうございました。
Arigato gozaimasu.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Sayonara.
Okay, sayonara. Oh, I know that one.
さようなら。
Sayonara.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Sayonara.
Thanks. Thanks.
Bye.
Yes, thank you. Are you any
お
other
やすみな
questions?
さい。
Okay. Oyasumi nasai. Good night. That one I know. And when you sneeze, you say, what do you do? When someone sneezes, they say, Sorry, excuse me. Or you some,
すみません。
what is it?
すみません。
Umimasen? Umimasen? Something, yeah, I forgot. Okay then.
すみません。すいません。
Sumimasen. Sumimasen.
Sum-
すみません。
I know the person who sneezes is the one who apologizes. Oh, excuse me. Okay then, so Carl,
Are we ready?
let me, yes, I'm just muting a few people here. Let's start, and I don't want to mute the wrong ones here. Carl, I'm not muting you. Very good. I'm going to stop the recording and start a new one. So, stop.